Good morning. What's up? Welcome to the ride. What's going on? As you can see by my background, it's dark. It's in the wee hours of the morning here in Memphis. I don't know where you are looking at me from, but here in Memphis, the sun is trying to rise. On our way to work, and apologize I hadn't had a lot of time to come to you guys, but life is lifing, and so I got to squeeze it in now early in the morning, realizing that a lot of people would not see this until later on, my usual crowd. But I'm grateful to have you that have decided to come on ride with me a little bit as we talk a little cowboy content. Appreciate all you that are probably getting ready to work or whatever the case may be. Thank you for coming in with me. Do me a favor, hit that like button for me wherever you're watching me from. YouTube, hit the heart button or hit the like button there. Facebook, hit the like button. Stars are available on Facebook if you want to contribute. If you want to use my Cash App, $ the Big Time Show. If you don't want to use the super chat button on YouTube, you can. The super chat button is there. Hit that $ and whatever the case may be. Appreciate all you guys hanging with me. We got a game this Saturday. The enthusiasm is not there. The Cowboys, for many, have sucked the life out of the NFL season. It's unbelievable. We got almost about 3 weeks to go. Really 4 weeks coming up this week. And the season seems to be over already. This is not what we expected. I'm one that didn't expect it at all, but it is what it is. The Cowboys earned everything that they got. Whatever the record is, that's what they earned. That's the way that I feel about it. And that's the way that I'm going to call it. I'll let you guys call it the way you want to. Yes, there's plenty of blame to go around, no doubt. And we'll deal with all of that coming up in these next long few months before preseason starts. It's going to be a miserable offseason. I can tell you that. I'm just going to speak on my show. Yes, we will attack the draft. Yes, we will look at the potential free agents. Yes, we'll talk about the roster, some of the people that we probably need to keep. And then, of course, we'll talk about the restructuring the contracts, and we'll talk about those who need to leave, and we'll talk about what coaches we need to keep and what coaches we need to leave. All that's coming up later on. However, the Cowboys will take the approach of Jerry Jones, at least on this show. I think the odds say because of the loss to Minnesota, I think the odds say that we have a 0.5% chance of making the playoffs. And until, I've always said, not that I got hope, or I don't think we're making the playoffs. I can go ahead and just kill that notion there. But they are mathematically alive. And until they are dead, we got games to play. We have serious games to play. We will know when we go and play the Chargers on Sunday whether we're alive or not, because Philadelphia, I believe, is playing this Saturday night. So we will know if we're dead or not coming up Sunday. However, that's going to take some sap out of you. It's going to take some intensity out of when you know you really playing for nothing. But for some of these guys on this roster, they're playing for everything. They're playing to stay on the NFL team, at least this NFL team, if they want. So it is important. It is important. It's an important game. Whether we know we're in the playoff hunt or not, whether Philadelphia, puts the final nail in the coffin Saturday night for us or not, it's an important game against the Chargers. There are some people whose jobs are on the line. I'll go ahead and start it off from the top. Matt Eberflus, his job is on the line. Some will say that his job is already gone. I'm one to say that it's already a done deal, that he's gone. However, until he's gone, it looks like it's the Super Bowl. And that's where the problem is. He's not coaching like it's the Super Bowl. We done been through this all year long. I hate to repeat myself. I got plenty of shows ahead that where I can say the same thing that most of you have been saying about Coach Eberflus. As a matter of fact, I just saved it. Bottom line is he just didn't get. He's just not getting the job done. Whether that's by pride, whether that's by loyalty to his scheme, whatever factor you want to make it. The bottom line is he's not getting his job. Not getting the job done. I don't think I'll give you one factor. When I don't care what sport you play, the goal or the job, of a coach is to put your players in the best position to succeed. And in football, when it comes to coaching, you look at your player and you see the skill set that they have. You figure them out. You know what he does best. You know what he does not do best. And for some reason, pride is set in for Eberflus, loyalty to his scheme, and he's put players in the position that they really can't succeed. They're not their best. Bottom line, if you got a better man cover quarterback, you shouldn't have him in zone. I mean, this is common sense. This is coaching. If you have a better zone quarterback, you shouldn't have him in man a lot. It's really simple. Eberflus don't care what you are. You gonna play this zone defense. That's what he's decided. And because of that, the players are not at their best. It's just that simple to me. I'll get into all of that as the weeks go by, bottom line. But this is an important game only because we're alive as of now. Philly may lose. I'm not excited about Philly winning or losing. I've already conceded that they're going to win in the division. I've already conceded that. I've already conceded that we're not making the playoffs. My mind is already slowly is shifting toward free agency and the draft. Let me say this, and this is me. Fortunately, I have my own show. I pay money for a streaming service to help put all my channels in one spot. I have a, praise God, my channels are monetized. Praise God for that. And so essentially, I got my own platform. So I don't need nobody else's help. On this particular show, I don't have a co-host. I don't have to echo the statements of my brothers from particularly the DC universe. I don't have to copy their shows. I can stand on my own 2 feet no matter if nobody believes in what I'm saying. I said all that to say this. We're already going at it wrong, y'all. I'm fast forwarding into the offseason. I'm already hearing shows about the draft. I'm already hearing we should go get this person from A&M and go get this person from Alabama and all that. We're going at it wrong already, y'all. It's just my opinion. You may agree. Because one thing that the Cowboys fan base, one thing that the Cowboys as an organization, they have trained, and they trained themselves, and they have trained the fan base to fall completely in love with the NFL draft at the expense of bypassing the first wave of free agents. And what I'm saying is, when this all said and done, when Trayvon Diggs leaves this organization, when Terrence Steele possibly leaves this organization, and when they restructure Dak Prescott's contract, and when they restructure CeeDee Lamb's contract, and when you free up some of this money of others. Cowboys potentially are going to have over $100 million in salary cap space. Please tell me why we are so locked in already on the draft when we are going to have so much money to play with that we can go get free agents. Need I remind you that the Dallas Cowboys have a short window. We wasted this year with this little window we have. A world-class offense, a quarterback that's in the top 5 in every quarterback category that you can find, has had an outstanding year. Our #1 offense, been at the top of the league all year long. If they're not #1, they're in the top 3 all year long. A wasted year offensively. Folks, some folks will say a Super Bowl caliber offense. Regardless of however way you describe it, most would say this has been a wasted year offensively. That means that the window has just closed a little bit more. You got 2 or 3 years left to get the job. What am I saying? Not make the playoffs, because see, the goals are jacked up. Y'all share this. The goals are jacked up. Brian Schottenheimer is right. When he talks, he says a world championship. We got folks still saying, well, we're just trying to make the playoffs. And look, stop it. Stop it. One goal, one mind, not make the playoffs. We done that before, get knocked out the first round. State the goal and try to achieve it. You got 2 years to be able to be a world champion with this Dak Prescott contract. Why are we still locked in on draft and development again? Why? You got the money. Build around Quentin Williams. Build around possibly Kenny Clark if we re-sign him. Build around what you got. Do you realize, look, Jadeveon Clowney has played himself into some more money. I don't think the Cowboys are going to pay him. I don't think Jadeveon Clowney would be here. I don't think Jadeveon Clowney is retiring. He's played himself into some more money. He's played well. He's going to leave. I don't think we're going to say Sam Williams. I think Sam Williams is going to be gone. Dante Fowler, I don't think he's going to be here next year. So if that is the case, this is my thoughts. How many defensive ends you got? 1? Donovan Izaraku, that's it. That's all you got. Where you going to get your defensive ends from? Please do not tell me to draft. I realize there's some dogs in the draft. I get it. When you got a 2 or 3 year window, we ain't got time for experimenting. Why is everybody worried about the draft? I don't get it. What you need to be doing is what I'm going to do on my show. I'm going to find a list of free agent defensive ends, and we're going to talk about that. I ain't saying we got to get everything from the free agency. No, we will have the draft. But the first option should not be the draft. You got 2 to 3 years to get this thing done. We don't have time to be waiting. We just did that with Moses Smith. Good Lord. I don't have time to be waiting to find out. I need some impact guys from the beginning. I'm going to hit this hard on my show. Y'all can have the draft. And yes, I would do a draft with the draft simulator. Y'all can have that. Y'all can have it. God bless you. It's many ways that you can build a team. I'm not saying draft is not one of them. But look, when you got these players here, I believe we're going to sign Reed Pickens by hook or by crook. Whether that means you're going to re-sign him to a long-term deal or the franchise tag. George Pickens will be a Cowboy next year. Okay, that means you're going to have a pretty good offense. Javonte Williams got a decision to make on him. Okay, let's just say we don't sign Javonte Williams. Guess where we going to be right at? Right back at square one in the running back room. You going to sit and tell me you going to go to the draft to get a starter? Oh, you think Blue is ready? Are you kidding me? Yeah, we need to look at the free agent running backs then. That's right. I don't have time to experiment. We just experimented with Blue. Guess what? He's inactive. Ain't nothing wrong with Blue. That's what experimenting will do. It'll get your guy on the inactive roster. That's the bottom line. Some of y'all like Blue. I like Blue. But guess what? They don't like Blue. Blue is on the bench. Blue came in with a bunch of hype. Where is it? With a jogger suit on the bench. I don't have time for experiment. I want to win. I want the championship. I want a world championship. I don't have time. I'm going to tell y'all that before we even start the offseason. I'm getting a list of free agents in whatever position that y'all come on my show talking about. Please understand, I'm looking first at free agents. Now, the Cowboys, of course, are cheap. We know that. We know how Jerry and Steven are. I get all that. But look, the draft is not the solution. It's a part of the solution, but it's not the number one option. And it shouldn't be with this team. Now, with all the talent we got, no, sir. If you're talking about the draft, okay, those 2 first-round picks, those picks should be day one starters. You talking to me about that? Now we're talking. Now we're talking. If you're telling me, let's look at the draft big time, those 2 first-round picks are going to be our day one starters, I'm going to say, okay, let's talk. Let's look. I'm in agreement with you on that. But if you're telling me, hey, let's go get a linebacker in the 3rd round. Let's go get a linebacker in the 4th round. And let's bring him up. Man, I ain't got time for no more practice squad linebackers, because that's where they're going to be at. Where's Shamar James at? Where is it? We can't get Maris Leafy on the field. And y'all want to talk about, let's go to the draft. Let's get a linebacker in the 1st round. How you know he's going to be a day one starter? I don't have time for it. I don't. I'm looking at the free agent list first. That's what I'm going to do. Everybody else gonna have videos on players. We're going to break down film. Somebody from Texas A&M, somebody from Ohio State. You're going to look at Bain from Miami. That's fine. Good. I like Bain. I like Hill. I like the kid, Caleb Downs. I like all them. I know about them. I'm going to look at them too. I'm good with it. But that ain't my first option. Now when I got proven dogs in the free agency market, so I said all that to say, if you're looking for college player coverage, y'all gonna have to wait a few weeks on me. My show is gonna be talking about free agents, because that's who we need. We need to build around. Are you saying big time we shouldn't build around with young players? No, because everybody's gonna get young players. But that shouldn't be the first option. Not when I got legitimate dogs in free agency in their prime that can immediately make a difference on this team. That's where I'm at. And I'm not talking about 4 or 5 or 6 of them. I'm talking about 2 or 3. 2 at least. You can't tell me one guy don't make a difference. We just saw that this year with George Pickens. Yes, one man can make that big of a difference. Okay, give me that one man with Quentin Williams then. whether that's linebacker, whether that's safety, or whether that's a DN. Give me that guy. Who is that guy? Let me show you running back. If Javonte Williams, who has played himself into some money, Javonte Williams has. Javonte Williams is going to make the Pro Bowl this year, as he should. He's played himself into some money, and he's going to want a raise. Get that out your head thinking he's not. And he made his price tag may be too big for the Cowboys. Okay, that's fine. Guess who's going to be a free agent? The guy that most of us have called on for this year, Breece Hall from the Jets. Hello. That's an impact guy. That's going to be a free agent. Breece Hall. Yes. You don't think Breece Hall would not come in here and be an immediate impact running back for the Cowboys? But now, y'all want to talk about a running back from San Diego State or somebody. Man, forget all that. We just had them with Blue. I don't want to hear about no running backs from the draft. Period. Y'all excited? Well, Phil Maffa Phil Maffa been ready. Phil Maffa has been ready to play football. So your question is, why has he ain't been on the roster? Good question. Good question. Yeah, good question. Real good question. I don't want to hear nothing about Phil Maffa. If he wasn't able to get on the roster this year, I don't want to hear nothing about Jadon Blue. I don't want to hear nothing about them. I don't want to hear nothing about it. The kid we just signed that played in Pittsburgh a couple years ago, where's he at? I don't want to hear nothing about guys that got drafted last year. I don't want to hear nothing about it. If they play, they play. So be it. I don't want to hear nothing about that. Well, Phil Maffa is dead. I don't know what Phil Maffa is. I don't know. I ain't seen him play. I ain't in no rush to see him play. He could be good. I could care less. I don't want to hear about nothing. I want an impact guy. I don't know if Javonte Williams is going to be here next year. Y'all hit that like button for your boy. If you don't, if some of y'all agree, hit that like button. Appreciate all y'all hanging with me. I can't see the comments yet. I'm quite sure you're there. I'm driving, as y'all can see. I don't want to hear nothing about guys who are inactive and who are on the practice squad. The mentality got to change. You got a 2-3 year window. That's it. After that, we looking for another quarterback. We starting over again. I don't have time for experiments. If you're talking about winning the Super Bowl, we ain't got time to break the layers and go from ground zero. You need to go from ground zero with your defensive coordinator. I give you that. I give you that. But I don't have time for that. That's me. Yeah, that's me. You may feel different. I'm not knocking. I'm just trying to give you a preview of what my show's going to be for about the next 5-6 months. Realizing who my owner is at the same time. I know Jerry and Steven are cheap. I know they don't shop on day one of free agency. I know that. I done got years of experience of knowing that, hoping and wishing, and they never do it. They get bottom of the barrel guys. But if they really serious about talking about winning a Super Bowl, they me. That's all I'm gonna say. Because if you talk about going to get that mentality of talking about, hey, why should I spend this amount of money for one player and I can get 5 of them? Right then and there, you telling me that you gonna draft from the bottom of the barrel. That's all you telling me. That's not gonna get it done. You gonna pick free agents from the mid and lower tier. That we done tried that program. It don't work. It don't work. I don't want to hear that. But I got a feeling I am on here because of Jerry and Steve. I'm not naive to that. I know how Jerry and Steve are. I know that's what they do. I know that's what they're going to do. I'm just saying this. If you talking about winning the Super Bowl, you got to get aggressive. And you're going to have the money because you're going to free up the money. Why are you going to free up the money and then just have it sitting there? Are you kidding me? That's what you're going to get on this show. So I can tell you right now, while everybody else talking about scouring the earth, looking at the draft, this guy is this and ranking and all that, I have to catch up from the back end. I'm looking at the free agents. That's what I'm going to do. All right? Let me look and see who all here. Mr. Burns, I see you. Terry Turner, what's going on? Solo, how you doing? Chris, yes. Joe, what's going on? Terry again. It was a Kelsey. Tony Sosa. How you doing? Those are all the people that spoke to me. I got a lot of people on here. Hey, whoever's on the line, I appreciate you whether you've spoken or not. Cool. It's all good. I see you, Willie Stovell. How you doing, sir? Appreciate you. Thank you for popping in on me. Listen, I had to come on and do that. As far as the Chargers game go, I'm going to be honest with y'all because I ain't talking about that. I don't know what to expect. What the track record says is this. What's going on, Timothy? The track record says this. That whoever plays the Cowboys play their best game offensively. We just made J.J. McCarthy look like Joe Montana. That's what it says. I mean, I'm just calling it like it is. We made every quarterback look great, just about. The only quarterback we didn't make look great was Justin Fields. And the Raider game. That was it. Everybody else looked great against us. Everybody had, most of the quarterbacks had their best game this season against us. Bo Nix had his best game against us. Caleb Williams had his best game against us. J.J. McCarthy had his best game against us. The list go on and on. Russell Wilson had his best game against us. I mean, come on, y'all. It just so whoever play us, we make the bottom tier quarterbacks look great. So here comes Justin Herbert now, who's not a bottom tier quarterback. What do you think he gonna do to him? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think look, I'm a Cowboys fan. I saw you, Joe, say we got a 1% chance and you'll take it. Well, unfortunately, your hopes and your chances are in the hands of the Philadelphia Eagles, who got 3 games left. I expect Philadelphia to lose against Buffalo. I expect them to beat Washington, and I think they played the Giants. They're gonna beat one of them. So if you want to, I mean, that's your chances. Philadelphia's not gonna lose the next 3 games. Shoot, we got to win 1. And I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm a Cowboy fan. Everybody know that. I don't have no confidence against the Chargers. Chargers are a tough team. Got a pretty good quarterback. They have a running game. The rookie Hampton is there. Keenan Allen is still there. Have another good wide receiver. They got a real ferocious type defense. I mean, I don't, we made the Vikings look like they was a playoff team. The Chargers are in a fight. I'm not confident at all. The way we play defense, Nah, ain't no way in the world I'm confident. I'm not confident. So I don't know what defense gonna show up. But our season shows that consistently, other than maybe about 3 weeks, this defense that we've been seeing, which is the bottom defense in the league, the worst defense in the league, other than about 3 games, this defense that we just saw has been the defense that has showed up all year. Ain't nowhere in the world I can have confidence. So I'm not going to be the homer, optimistic Cowboy fan and not recognize what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a bad defense with a coordinator that refused to put the players in the best position to win with his scheme. Why should I feel confident in my defense? Willie Stovall said Eberflus will call a decent game this weekend, being that Shotty will focus on that side. But Shotty ain't calling the defense. What's Shotty gonna do? Whisper in his ear and say, hey, you need to blitz here. Blitz right here. Is that what he gonna be doing? Really? I see what you're saying, whether this job being three. The job is already, the decision is already clear about Eberflus. We just got to get to the end of the year. They already seen it. They got enough sample size. The decision is already made. They just doing the politically correct thing. The decision already made. If he called a great game this week, so what? So what? If he calls a great game this week, so what? And what that entails is, if he calls a great game, the games that we've looked good is when he's ran and blitzed more. When not ran, when he's called more of a man defense and he blitzed more. Those have been the games that he looked good. That's not his game. So if he looks good doing that, everybody gonna say, well, why in the hell didn't you do this during the season? That's what they gonna say. Instead of being stubborn and running zone 65% of the time, 75% of the time. That's what they're saying in the games that would last few weeks. The first two drives, he runs a 5-man front. He that brings an extra rusher in and throws the quarterback off. He did it in the first drive with McMahon, and then he did it in Detroit with Goff. Messed up the timing, put him on the ground, and then all of a sudden he went right back to dropping 7 and only rushing 4, and you got no pressure. And he did that the rest of the game, and you got 30 points hung on you. Everybody was saying this. So if he calls a game playing man defense, that's gonna make it really is gonna hurt him. Because everybody gonna say, God dang, man, you got these same players, you put them in the right spot to play, and you played more man, and they excelled at it. Well, why didn't you do this before? That's a fireable offense. So if he calls a good game, so I'm not gonna be happy. I'm gonna be saying that too. Like, we told you, man, run man defense. We told you that. Sorry if you looking for a different answer. See, with the big time show, you gonna get the truth over here. And watch this. I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm not for the sugarcoat. I'm gonna call it like it is. If you shut the Chargers out, so what? I guarantee you're not gonna shut them out by playing zone defense. I guarantee that. But you got a better chance of affecting Justin Herbert if you put some heat on him. The way that we play defense, are we really gonna let Justin Herbert? Are we really gonna let Justin Herbert play zone against us? Do you understand Justin Herbert will have his best game? Man, please. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. I don't like it. Listen, I'm here. Don't worry about it. I got plenty more. I got plenty more. I got plenty more. And so, look, it's going to be a long off season. But y'all, for those that don't follow me, listen. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. This is where you going to get the truth over here with me. We're going to do all that. We're going to do the draft. We're going to do all that stuff. We're going to do all that. We're going to do all that. But we're going to get the truth over here. We're going to attack the issues. Y'all better get ready. That's all I'm going to tell you. All right, I'm out. Appreciate all you guys hanging with me. I will see you guys a little bit later. Let me get on there to work. Hey, share and like it. I'll see you guys later. This has been the one and the only, the big time show.